We've come to Puerto Madryn, which is a couple of hours flight south of Buenos Aires on the coast. It's really the northern part of Patagonia. This area is known for its marine wildlife, particularly around the Valdez Peninsula, which is a huge nature reserve. That's where we're off to today. We're just coming up to the entrance to the national park now. We've been going about an hour already. From this point on, I think it's dirt roads all the way. Just got out of the car because there's this really quite large herd of guanacos in front of us. There's quite a big population on the peninsula, and we've been seeing quite a few actually. These ones are quite shy, they won't let me get too close. Ben's doing all the driving again on this trip. Made a bit of a mistake actually. I didn't look closely enough at where we were coming, and the drive is just so long today. Maybe like 6 or 7 hours of driving. And the scenery is pretty unvarying. We're just keeping our eyes peeled for guanacos because they have a tendency to run out in front of the car. We're heading to the east of the peninsula to a place also called Valdez. There's a few places we can stop along this coastline, all just a few miles apart. This first one, there's supposed to be a big penguin colony here. Unfortunately, we couldn't see any at all. And doing a bit more research afterwards, I realised that the penguins had all moved on from here. Unfortunately, too much fishing in this area has depleted the food that the penguins rely on. They've moved further offshore. This next stop, there's a big sea lion and elephant seal colony, and if you're lucky, you could spot an orca hunting them. We're here just before high tide, and high tide is when the orcas right up onto the beach to try and nab themselves a baby sea lion. Viewing platform down below is where we're going to go next. Neither the sea lions nor elephant seals seem to move very much. It's still quite cool watching them. Sea lions do seem quite slow getting out of the water, so I can see how the orcas can catch them. I guess they're just exhausted after hunting for fish. Apparently someone did spot an orca here yesterday. It's not impossible that we'll see one. Never seen an elephant seal in the wild before. They're pretty cool. They absolutely dwarf the sea lions, especially the male ones. Apparently they can weigh up to 3.5 tons and measure up to 5.5 meters in length. Ooh, look at him. It's giant hairy armadillo. That's so cool. That's a first for me as well. Goes at quite a pace. Well, it's just a short walk that we can do along here. Nice to stretch our legs after all that driving. We were planning to head to the north of the island as well. Another chance to spot orcas, but sadly the road's closed. So we're just going to head back. It was so cool seeing those animals. It's just such a long drive. After all that driving yesterday, we thought we'd just come south of the town, do some hiking along the coastline.
That green, light green patch out at sea, just beyond that, there's tons of them.
Oh wow. Ben's just spotted some whales. I've read that you could spot whales from the beaches around Puerto Madryn. Doing a loop today, going inland and then swinging back up to that little hill you can see in the distance. Again, we're just seeing grasses and small shrubs. Of course, the whole of Patagonia is one huge desert on account of the Andes, basically stopping rain coming from the Pacific. Well, it's a pretty cool view from up here. It's lovely to see such a big stretch of beach like this, so close to a city, and yet there's just no sign of human activity at all. Very little rubbish. Feels properly wild. It's great. We enjoyed that hike so much yesterday that we thought we'd do something similar today. And we've picked another stretch of beach, not very far from where we were yesterday. Wind's died down completely today, so it feels much hotter. And the sea is a lot calmer as well. That means we are seeing a lot of whales. There's dozens and dozens here. We're getting quite good views of them. They just seem to be spending a lot of time lolling at the surface. Can't quite work out if they're feeding or just relaxing. These are all southern right whales. They come here each year to give birth. They were almost hunted to extinction. They're protected now and their population has bounced right back. It's so cool seeing so many whales. It's impossible not to stop so frequently just to have another look at them. And since I have so much footage of whales, I'm going to inflict a little bit more of it on you. I don't know if that's what's happening here, but apparently and uniquely they do this thing called tail sailing, where they use their tail fins to catch the wind. We're going to start heading back now. We must have walked about 3 miles along the beach. We actually could have gone an awful lot further, to be honest. It's been another wonderful hike today. I've loved every minute of it. We're heading off today. We're going to fly to Bariloche. Before we do, there's just time for a quick stop at the small town of Gaiman. Gaiman's the centre of Welsh culture in Patagonia. Seeing as I am half Welsh, it would be remiss not to have a quick stop here. The Welsh came here in the late 1800s, early 1900s, partly due to bad economic conditions in Wales. Came to build the railway here. The railway is no longer in use, but this tunnel has been converted into a small kind of museum or information centre. This little town's quite a big tourist draw. There's not a lot to see here. Museums and famous tea houses only open later in the afternoon when the tour buses arrive. They'll be gone by then. The last thing to see here is this Protestant chapel, one of 3 in the town built by the Welsh. Well, that's it. We've got to head off to the airport now, catch our flight. Just a pretty little walk back along this river to the car. Well, we arrived here in Bariloche late last night and checked into this really nice Airbnb. One of the best things about it is the view. I'll show you. As you can see, we're overlooking this enormous glacial lake and the snow-capped mountains on the other side. This balcony might be a bit of a sun trap too. Just come into the centre of the town this morning because we've got a few chores to do, including getting some shopping in. It's actually much bigger than we thought, more like a city really.
Famosa.
This is a really popular tourist destination. Brazilians especially come here for the skiing in the winter, and then in the summer everyone comes for the hiking, all sorts of outdoor activities in the national parks. And we're hoping to do lots of hiking whilst we're here, starting with this one. The start of the trail was only about a 20-minute walk from our Airbnb, which is really nice. I'm just going to show you a few clips from some of our walks to give you a sense of the scenery around here. The walks all seem to take you up the mountainside to quite stunning views. So pretty. This is the Patagonian alpine orchid. We're right on the west side of Argentina here, near the Andes, so of course it is alpine. The area is actually known as the Lake District of Argentina. You can see why. This trail does go up and along that peak behind us. We're going to switch onto another trail in a bit and head down towards the lake. There was a big fire in this area almost 35 years ago. Obviously the shrubs and grasses have grown back really well, but the trees still are showing no sign of recovery yet. The sign here says that there's only one person allowed on this little walkway at a time, so I'll just wait for Ben to finish. There's loads of bike trails in this area as well. They're kept separate from the walking trails. Both seem to be very well used. We brought snacks today. There's a couple of campsites just down the road, so it's quite busy in this area. Someone out there kite surfing today. That's our last day here.
It's been very beautiful. Really nice place.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Just such a nice view from our little balcony here. We're off to Ushuaia. We're in the very far south of Argentina today, and we've had to stop at El Calafate, which is where we were with John a few weeks ago. Just taken off from El Calafate, getting some stunning views of those mountains. We're just coming into land now. This is the Beagle Channel below us. And the town of Ushuaia is on the far shore over there. If we were looking out of the other side of the plain, we'd be looking out over Chile. The border runs right down the centre of this channel. We've checked into our Airbnb and we're just going to have a little wander around town. Ushuaia is officially a city, but it's actually pretty small. Anyway, we've just picked up some groceries and we're going to go and make some dinner. I'll show you a bit more of the town tomorrow. Well, it's been absolutely tipping it down this morning, and it's a little bit better now, so we thought we'd come for a breath of fresh air. Feeling the rain then?
It's nice. Nice weather.
We see it is still raining a little. There's a cruise ship over there, and if you're going to Antarctica, this is where you leave from. There's also a container ship because there's quite a few electronics factories in the town, which is kind of surprising to me. Well, we decided there's really only one sensible thing to do on a rainy afternoon in Ushuaia. I know, it's kind of predictable.
Cheers.
Look at how blue the sky is today. Completely different from yesterday. So we've hopped on the bus heading west to the national park. We'll make the most of the nice weather and do a little hike. This is one of the most popular hikes you can do around here. It's along the coastal path. It's quite windy today, but it's perfect temperature for hiking. It's about 16 degrees, so it's certainly not cold. And they do call Ushuaia the end of the world, but actually it's only as far south as Newcastle is north. It's just a lot further south compared to other land masses in the global south. This is an absolutely stunning path. Those snow-capped peaks in the distance are in Chile. We're actually only a few miles from the border here. We're passing a few of these meadow areas. They do have wild horses here, as well as guanacos, lots of rabbits and hares. This national park is also famous for having the most southerly post office outside of the Antarctic. Sadly, it's shut. Don't know if that's permanent or temporary. Shame, because we were quite looking forward to sending a postcard from here. We brought a couple of hard-boiled eggs with us again today, so we're just going to find somewhere to sit down up here. I don't know if you can see, but there's loads of seagulls circling overhead. I think they're having a little snack too. Looks like they're fishing anyway. This is such a cool walk. The vegetation in this forest is all sub-Antarctic and really quite different from what we've seen before. Well, we're almost at the end of the walk now. We have been going quite a few hours, so it's okay. See the cafe in the distance, which is right next to the bus stop. Very convenient. We've just got a taxi to take us a little way out of town to the start of another hike this morning. Oh, this forest feels really spooky. Apart from the trees, the only other vegetation I can see is moss. There's no ground cover at all. It's extremely muddy underfoot, so it's good they've got these walkways in a few places. It's not surprising it's so muddy. This is a wetland area full of peat bogs and beaver dams. Ben was saying he saw someone had posted pictures of this walk online from about 5 days ago, and it was still covered in snow. Of course, it's been pretty warm since then, and we had loads of rain as well. So it's really not surprising it's so muddy. You can really clearly see the work of the beavers along this bank here. Just using the dead wood to pretty much create a little reservoir there. This hike takes us up to what they call the Esmeralda Lake, which is a glacial lake. It's just an out and back walk, not a circular walk. It'll be a similar distance to yesterday's hike, probably about 6 or 7 miles, something like that. Oh wow, that really is stunning. I just have to show you something. You know how I was saying how muddy it is, and I've done pretty well all the way up. Just in that last section I lost my balance. Just stuck my foot in the mud. And the water is absolutely crystal clear. It's just in such a beautiful setting. I think we're going to wander around the lake a little further and see if we can find somewhere to take a little rest. So we've got company. He's a Patagonian Sierra Finch. We've brought our trusted hard-boiled egg snack again. It is actually a great snack when you're hiking. Well, I guess it's time to start heading back. From up here you can see a good chunk of the path winding back along the river towards the tree line through this big glacial valley. Well, we're almost back at the start again now. It's been another stunningly beautiful and interesting walk today. Ushuaia really is quite a special place. It's 6 a.m. and we're on our way to the bus station. We're heading to Punta Arenas in Chile today, and it's quite a long journey. They think, they predict 12 hours, but I think there's often delays. Of course, that includes the border crossing, and there's also a crossing by ferry. So we've come prepared with a stack of sandwiches and a good book. Could have stayed a bit longer in Ushuaia, actually. It's a really amazing place. Sadly, that's it for Ushuaia and Argentina. Next up, Chile.